This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. NPR says that Annie DiRusso's debut album has, quote, no skips, and calls the record a glorious debut. It's titled Super Pedestrian. Annie's songwriting is both confessional and fun, full of introspective songs, straight talk, and some pure rock and roll. Here's Annie performing live in our studio. This song is called Wearing Pants.
Started wearing pants again. Body is awake, but my brain is dead. Flies on the walls, gunshots over East Park. Find them when they fall, covering my backyard. Started picking up again. Left for the last song, can't see how it ends. He's a shark among men. He kissed me in the kitchen, break I never bend. I'm drunk and I don't listen now. I love pain as it's settling in. I went to your show. God, I wish that I didn't. Love the sound of water as it's swallowing me whole. Hate the way my new room smells. I keep picturing the guy who just moved out. Was he drinking in the bed? Did his girlfriend hate him? The air is thick and gray from burning all this sage, and I can't breathe. I love pain as it's settling in. I went to your show. God, I wish that I didn't. Love the sound of water as it's swallowing me whole. I love pain as it's settling in. I think I said too much. God, I wish that I didn't. Love the sound of water as it's swallowing me whole. Started wearing pants again. Well, I think I like the way they fit.
That was Annie DiRusso. You have a beautiful tone
Thank you so
to your
much.
voice, especially when you hit those high notes. It's just this beautiful round tone. When did you discover you could sing?
That's an awesome question. I think I always hoped I could because I love to sing. But yeah, I didn't really know I could. When I was younger, no one in my family does music. I just always loved to sing. I kind of started playing the guitar but I didn't practice that much. I only wanted to play it so I could sing. So then I kind of switched to doing vocal lessons and stuff like that when I was probably 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually joined the Young People's Chorus of New York City when I was like 13 or something, 12, 13. And I feel like that was very formative for me in really learning how to sing.
What do you remember from that time that you still use with your voice?
I think that kind of the breathing techniques, especially for choral music, is like really, it's like very important. And also when you're singing in a chorus, you have to kind of almost like homogenize your tone a little bit so that it's not too sticky. You want it to sound like a unit. And I think that's a very, very helpful skill.
When you decided to put out your debut album, what did you decide? You wrote a list of non-negotiables.
Yeah, I did.
What did you want on that list?
So I wanted every word on the album to be a word I would stand by for as long as possible.
Okay.
It's hard to say forever, but for as long as possible. And every sound on the album. My whole thing with the album, Eden is here, who actually like made the album with me. We worked on it together.
Hi.
Hi.
But I mean, what did we talk about? We talked about no stone unturned. That was huge.
Yeah. We talked a lot about standing by all the words you're saying and not trying to kind of trying to stay in the blind with the blinders up and not just making stuff that we were stoked about and not like necessarily thinking about how it was going to be received, I guess.
Yeah, it was very much like, let's just make stuff that we think is cool and not worry about what, other people are going to think is cool.
Which is shockingly tough to do sometimes.
Why was that hard?
I mean, I think it's like, I think the instinct is you want people to think that your music's cool,
Yeah.
And I think especially having come up like as a woman in the indie music scene in Nashville, like there was something that I felt like in the past that I'd felt like I really want to prove that, like, instead of just being like a singer-songwriter or something like that, I really want to prove that I can be like a cool rock musician, and a cool whatever. And that never serves me to like try to make something that specific people are going to think is cool. You know, I feel like what has always served me is to just make, and served me in the sense of like, I just love the stuff at that point. If I just make stuff that I think is cool. And we were so hyped. Neither of us had done a lot of production before. And we kind of started with the song Legs on the record. And we just stayed up all night one night working on it. And we felt like we discovered something. Like it felt like we were kids again. And that was kind of the thing we wanted to hold on to when making the record.
How did you want people to be introduced to your music or to discover your music who had never heard you before?
Like what would be my ideal way?
Yeah.
Honestly, I really love playing live. So I think opening for people is kind of my favorite way that people discover my music. I feel like my live show is a really great introduction to the project.
My guest is Annie DiRusso. She's performing from her debut album, Super Pedestrian. It's out now. Like you said, you toured a lot with Haim and Samia. What did you learn from touring with those acts and observing them that you thought, that's important, I should know that. I should keep that in the back of my mind?
Wow, I feel like, that's another amazing thing about opening. I honestly love opening. I've been lucky to open for so many of my favorite artists, and they've all taught me different things. I mean, I feel like Samia is such a great example of someone who really delivers each word to the audience. And the words are obviously so important in her music. And I learned that from her, and honestly a lot about health on the road and vocal health and stuff like that has been very important to learn from all different people I've toured with. I mean, also just like understanding how to put on a show and how long you want the set list to be and where to, it's, it is challenging too, especially now that I have a record out. I have like a bigger discography than ever. To create the flow of a show is very challenging, to try and have the moments where it's big and small. And I feel like I learned that a lot from the different people that I've toured with.
You mentioned Party July.
Yes.
at the top of this interview.
Sure, right at the top.
So tell me a little bit about what happened during Party July.
I would love to. So Party July was July 2023. I had just gotten off tour for my EP, and we were on tour for a long time, like 2.5 months or something like that. And I don't drink or smoke on tour because I don't want to get sick. Mm-hmm. And I'd kind of just been in this phase when I was writing that EP and when I was touring it. I was just kind of nose to the ground. Like I didn't really feel like I was living. I was just thinking about making stuff, which I don't think is really a great way to make stuff, to be honest.
Yeah. And
I learned that because also I was on tour with like 10 of my friends. There was a band from Nashville also opening for us. And so it was just like 11 of us running around the country for like 2 months. But I had to be like such a bummer because I couldn't hang or do anything. I had to go to sleep and stuff. So I was like, when we get back to Nashville, it's Party July because I want my turn. You know, I want to hang. I want to do the whole thing.
The rest of us were like exhausted and tired and
and I was like,
crazy.
no. And honestly, I also knew that I had to kind of start thinking about my debut record. And in the past, I'd gotten back from tour and been like, okay, I need to write. And then just gotten so depressed because I'm just from going around with 11 people all the time to being completely alone and being like, what do I want to write about? That time we drove through Texas, like there's nothing to write about, like, you know? So I basically just was like, I'm going to start living life, partying a little bit, you know, living like a 23-year-old. And that's kind of what I did. I just did a bunch of stuff. It wasn't just partying. I was just saying yes to things. Instead of being like, no, I've got to stay home and write. I was like, why don't I go do stuff? And writing I wrote, 3 or 4 of the songs from the record in Party July.
Well, because you had experience.
I had something to say, yeah. Yeah.
Let's listen to another song, Annie
All
DiRusso.
right.
What are we going to listen to next?
This next song, I'm going to tune my guitar, is a song called Back in Town.
Oh, I like this song.
Thanks. And this is not a Party July one. I think this was an October piece.
This was in Peaceful October.
But yeah, this is just about, it's a yearning song, about wanting to give someone your all if they would just let you, but also not really saying that and acting like you don't care at all,
This is Annie DiRusso.
This is called Back in Town. Swore I would take to my grave the fact I changed my flight out of Chicago just so I'd see you one more time. Met you at that beach you love on the north side. You told me your friend says I've got pretty eyes, but you don't tell your friends you love me all the time. Now you're somewhere in Idaho, letting me down again. Yeah, I know, I should know by now. I heard from a friend you're still sleeping around, but give me a call when you're back in town. I wanna give you my all when you're back in town. When you're back, you're back. 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 I hope you don't think I'm just waiting around, but give me a call when you're back in town. Well, I keep sending you books I know you'll never read. Guess it's all I can give, that's not all of me. Wrote some things in the margins I hoped you might see, but they just sit in your room where I'd kill to be. I've never been in your room and it's killing me. When you're back, you're back. When you're back, you're back. When you're back, you're back.
When you're back, you're back. I hope you don't think I'm just waiting around, but give me a call when you're back in town. Just to see where you're at. Saw it in your eyes that night the train was packed. You know I'd be your girl if you would only ask. Don't tell me everything, just tell me when you're back. Heard you're back in town. I can't handle this. If you want me now, you know where I live. When you're back, you're back. 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 I hope you don't think I'm just waiting around, but give me a call when you're back in town. Wanna call you up just to see where you're at. Saw it in your eyes that night the train was packed. You know I'd be your girl if you would only ask. Don't tell me everything, just tell me when you're back.
That was Annie DiRusso. Her new album is called Super Pedestrian. I can't wait till you're older and you write a song called I Don't Care That You're Back in Town.
Next album.
That's what made me think of it. That's one thing I loved about it, because I remember that feeling of the person just, you can't wait till they're back in town. And now I'm like, oh, whatever.
It's like, miss me with that. I don't care.
You're from New York, right? Croton and Hudson. And then you went down to Nashville.
Yep.
And then you just moved to Queens.
I did, yeah.
Why did you want to come back to New York?
I kind of always knew I would at some point. My family's still in New York, and I have a lot of friends here, and honestly, I just love it here. And after Party July and everything, where I took my break to write the record, that was the first time I was in Nashville for a while after I'd graduated college. And because I was touring pretty extensively up to that point. And when I got back there, it was honestly really great to be there and write my record, but I realized I was kind of just taking that same walk every day, you know, seeing all the same people and lovely people. But I thought, I think I could do this later in life. I think right now I want to live at maybe a higher frequency, and I just felt like all the days were starting to blend together. So about a year ago, my best friend from childhood had a room open up in her apartment in Chinatown, and I was like, okay, I'll just sublet for January. But as soon as I got here, I was like, I feel so engaged with life. And I never moved back. I kind of just sublet around this year, and yeah, I just moved to Queens.
How has your writing changed since you've moved to New York?
Honestly, this year was a lot of touring for me, which is always a little bit hard writing-wise. But it was really fun to write with the people in my band. I mean, New York is very exciting to write about because I feel like every day is so different and there's so many things to do all of the time and so much to observe. It's honestly like just a much wider spectrum, and I feel like what I'm learning is to figure out where to focus in.
I want to get to your last song so we don't run out of time. What are you going to play for us?
We are going to play a newer song. This came out on the deluxe version of the record in last month. But we actually just wrote it in like August and finished it in November. So it was a pretty quick turnaround. And I think it kind of has more of the juice of what's going on writing-wise for me these days.
The New York juice.
It has that New York juice for sure. Yeah, this song is called Muck.
This is Muck, and this is Annie DiRusso and Eden, right?
Yes. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Here we go.
Scary.
We were practicing this in the apartment this morning. Kind of just. All right.
I told you yesterday, swimming in the Hudson. You went and spread my legs, letting all the muck in. The day's getting shorter again. I'm spending them all on you. You're meeting me at the station. Don't know what I wanna do. I guess what's wrong is when we're kissing we can't talk, but when we're talking we can't kiss. I watch your lips, but I love the things you say. And when I'm gone and we can't kiss and we can't talk, it's just my thoughts, you're just my thoughts. You're all mine, you're all I think about. We're making out at departures, my blood drying on your hand. It's always been so much harder. I'm starting to understand. I guess what's wrong is when we're kissing we can't talk, but when we're talking we can't kiss. I watch your lips, but I love the things you said. And when I'm gone and we can't kiss and we can't talk, it's just my thoughts, you're just my thoughts. You're all I think about. I don't think about the road when I'm driving, but I think about death when I'm flying. I don't think about the song when I'm writing, I just think about you. I don't think about my breath till I'm running, I don't think about love till I'm loving, and I don't think about sex when we're mucking, I just think about you. I only think about you. Guess what's wrong is when we're kissing we can't talk, but when we're talking we can't kiss. I watch your lips 'cause you're all I think about.